Before they left for China, the Pentagon Channel had the opportunity to speak to a few military athletes who have spent countless hours preparing for the Olympics. Marine Sergeant Brian Buckwalter talked with them about their experience so far and what they look forward to during the Games.
3 Army athletes, 3 different sports, 3 different roles, all headed to China representing the United States. First is Staff Sergeant Christopher Downs. He's been boxing for only 5 years.
Sometimes it's overwhelming, but it's been a ride. It's been a fantastic ride so far. It's been a great opportunity that the Army provided me.
In that short time, though, he has won 2 U.S. championships, received a bronze medal at the Pan Am Games, and won the Olympic trials.
It's just great. It's just great to progress, to go this far, this fast, and be able to compete at this level.
Unfortunately, due to injuries, he was not able to qualify in his weight class for the Olympics. But the U.S. team's boxing coach asked him to be a training partner for the other members of the team.
It's an honor just to be asked to be still part of the team, to help push these guys, to make them the best boxers that they possibly can be. To have an opportunity to bring home gold, and that's my role now. It's not about me making the team or not making the team. It's just about my role as being a training partner for these guys, to push these guys the hardest that I can to make sure that they're ready.
As an alternate, First Lieutenant Mickey Kelly will compete in her sport, the modern pentathlon, if another primary member is for some reason not able to.
Modern pentathlon consists of 5 events, riding horses, running, swimming, shooting, and fencing. But what's pretty interesting for me and the military is that its background really is through the military. It's based on a military courier who would have to deliver a message to the front line, and he would have to use all 5 of those sports, I guess, to get the message up there.
Lieutenant Kelly says the Olympics are something she's wanted to be a part of since she was a child.
I just think that importance and that those ideals about what the Olympics is and the Olympic movement, those are very near to my heart and a lot of people. So it's great to be able to be a part of that and so close to that.
Finally, Staff Sergeant Tramiel Byers is competing on the wrestling mat.
I feel very strongly that I will be bringing home a gold medal. I've showed before. I know the people I'm going to be competing against. My training is going great.
And for Sergeant Byers, getting the gold is more than a personal desire.
We train real hard to do this, and this is one of our first missions, to get medals in the Olympic Games.
He credits the Army for much of his success.
I wouldn't be on this journey had it not been for the Army or the great people that I serve with. And the Army and the Army's World Class Athlete Program has done so much for me by meeting all my training needs, and surrounding me with great people that push me and motivate me, the best coaches. I think it's a great blessing, and just being in a position to serve and represent my country, that's huge. That's huge to me, and I don't take that lightly.
While he's proud to represent the Army and the United States, while he competes, he says he'll be thinking of his grandfather.
Well, my grandfather, has always been a huge inspiration to me, and when he was alive, he got more of those phone calls than most, when I needed encouragement or just, looking for a friendly voice or a mean voice. To just, if I lost a tournament, I'd call him, I'm like, man, I lost, Pop. And he'd say, well, I won my bowling tournament. At least one of us won. He was that guy.
President Bush stopped at Eielson Air Force Base to refuel on his trip to the Summer Olympics. Senior Airman James Stewart shows us how the president used the pit stop to speak with airmen, soldiers, and their families.
President Bush began his speech with some Alaskan humor.
I've been to a lot of military bases around the world. I don't think I've ever been to one where a moose can cause a traffic jam.
He also spoke about Alaska's continued commitment in the war on terror.
I want to thank the more than 200 airmen from Eielson who are deployed around the world, many in the Middle East. Their service in Afghanistan and Iraq is making this nation safer.
He finished his speech with some words of encouragement for the Interior's service members.
All here have my pride and have my gratitude, and you have the thanks of our entire nation.
Before leaving Eielson, President Bush rallied the Iceman team.
I've just got one thing to ask the folks here at Eielson. Iceman team ready to go? Absolutely.
For the Pentagon Channel, I'm Marine Sergeant Ashley Bryant.